What's up, YouTube? Is Boston Chris back with a brand new video. I have a bunch of stuff I need to show. I've been getting books, for the past couple weeks. Sometimes they're a little bit slow to come in just because of mail delivery. So, as I was kind of gathering them up, I wanted to do a haul, but, I haven't been out to any shops recently. I would say within the past maybe like month or so, just because, I usually don't go too much to go ahead and pick up some new books. And I was getting some of the things coming in from eBay, so it was one of those things where it's just like, I had to wait for those to come in before I could pick up some new stuff. Just because I'm not trying to put myself in the poorhouse. So, so that kind of, you know, made me take a little bit of a break from having things to show, just because sometimes mail delivery is great, sometimes it's a little bit slow. So unfortunately, we've been on the slower side of it, but I have some great stuff to show. If you've been watching The Hunt, you've actually seen some of these. If not, The Hunt, if you're not aware of it, is show with that's hosted on Tony Sanders' channel, and it's basically a wrestling themed, kind of just battle of the books. You kind of just show different stuff. There's different for different rules, for different matches and things like that. And I've been on there this past week was my third time on there. It was really, really fun. Love going on there, taking on the wrestling persona and having some fun doing it. So if you are around on Friday nights at 11, it's every 2 weeks, so the next one will be on the 26th, I think. So if you're around and have time to kind of check out the show, go ahead and check it out. It's a great time. It's really fun. And hey, what can I say? I could use the votes, because I've had a couple where I've been, well, I had a couple that were kind of narrow, but this last one was really close. And was it Newbie Comics? I was going up against him, and he pulled out the monster at the end. Man, it just was. Uh, it was a bad loss, but it was a fun loss. And at least I can say that in the final round, I ended up losing to a giant-sized X-Men. So what can you do? Anyway, just to kind of show what I got going on. So yeah, I've been picking up some books that have just kind of been on my top 10 list, and then a couple others that were just books that the price is right, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and grab these. So just to kind of give no further ado, we'll just start off with the books in general. So I was able to pick up, so this one's one of my top books. We got X-Men 99. So definitely one that I was really excited to get, because when it comes to X-Men books, or just anything that has to deal with that, like restarting from 94 till, I would say, the end of the Byrne Claremont run, which is that 143. Those can get a little bit pricey. They're tough books to get a hold of, just because everybody's specking, thinking that this could be the thing, or that could be the next big thing. And just in general, they're Bronze Age classics. You know what I mean? They're books that helped reestablish and redefine the X-Men into the team that they became throughout the 80s and the 90s, and just were really, really just awesome reads. So definitely a good one there. Next, I picked up another one, a little bit of a WandaVision flair to this one. Got Avengers number 49. So this is Magneto on the cover, pulling the puppet strings on Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Awesome Silver Age book. Really excited to have it. It's in very, very, actually really good shape. I would say this is probably about give it about a 6 or so. So I think it's really in good shape. Really nice book. So definitely one that I'm excited to have in my collection. Next up, we got another one off my top 10 list, and this actually was one that I showed on The Hunt. We got X-Men number 60. This is the first appearance of Sauron. So really, really cool book here. As people kind of have speculated, Sauron and Khal Lycos, I guess, have been, if you watch Lord of the Long Box, they were saying that, they've been, looking at different names that they toss around just to kind of reserve, and I guess Khal Lycos was one of the names that came up. Whether or not they use them, who knows, but just definitely a cool book to have. Next, we have another book off the list. We got Hulk 178. So this is the Death of Warlock one of the Death of Warlock issues. I think he actually gets resurrected in this one too, but definitely I think an underrated book. Really good stuff to have. The Warlock appearances in other series I think are really good stuff. Like I went and made it a point last year to try to collect all of the his actual run Power of Warlock. So I got that down, and then I have what is it? You know, the Strange Tales stuff that he was in. So I have that, and now I'm trying to go and get the I want to get the Thor, and I want to get the Incredible Hulk stuff, and then I think I have his cameo. I don't think that I can probably end up getting it affordably, which is the Cocoon and his actual first appearance and all the rest of that type of stuff. But I'm gonna do my best. So keeping up with that, gonna also show another Warlock book. So we have his second solo issue, which is Marvel Premiere number 2. So this is the Power of Warlock, Marvel Premiere. And always on the lookout for Marvel Premiere number 1. That one's kind of eluded me a little bit. I'm hoping to be able to catch up and grab that. Then we also have Marvel Premiere number 19, right? No, 27. What am I saying? 19. Number 27. So this is Satana solo issue. So definitely cool there. Then I was able to also pick up X-Men number 113. Really, really cool book. Goes into that Byrne Claremont run, so definitely cool stuff to have. Next, we have another book off the list. We have X-Men 61. This is the second appearance of Sauron, and just the really, really cool book. I remember when I was younger, I always thought that this was his first appearance, just because this cover kind of stands out to me a little bit more than the other one. But I always, really like this cover, so definitely a good book to pick up. It's good just to kind of, pick up all these, Bronze Age X-Men whenever you can get them, especially if you can get them for a good price. Next, we have another book that came off the list, and this one I had on my list. I've had my eye on this for a while, but I never pulled the trigger on it just because after the shows came out on Netflix, it kind of jumped up real high and became kind of a tougher book to get. But now it's kind of gone down a little bit, which is good because it's nice and not cheap, but it's more affordable than what people were asking. Like this was like at one point like a $50 book all day, and I was just like, I ain't paying $50 for this. But we got Power Man number 48. So this is the first meeting between Iron Fist and Power Man or Luke Cage. So definitely a cool book to have. And definitely one, like I said, I wanted it for a while, but I just wasn't trying to pay what people were asking at the time when the Defenders show and the Iron Fist show was out there, just because it was all speculation and everybody was trying to really bank it off of the characters. And after the Iron Fist kind of, I guess you can call it, you could say it flopped. After Iron Fist kind of flopped, and then Defenders didn't do so hot, it kind of came down. So I just kind of waited a while and decided to pick it up when it was really cool and cooled off completely. So and actually this next book is one that I did the exact same thing with. So here we have a nice Silver Age classic. We have Thor number 132. And this is a book that, I definitely wanted to get, a while ago. But this is the first appearance of Ego. So another book that, has come way, way down from what it was once, because it was fetching a pretty good price a few years ago. And, what I can say is that if you missed out on something because it was hot a little while ago, go back and check again, because some books haven't come down. Some books are there to stay. They're just going to be pricey. That's just the way it is. Other books came down, and now might be the time to pick up some of those ones, just because for all intents and purposes Ego's dead, and you're probably not going to see him again in the MCU. So pick him up, because it's probably a nice, cheap, easy book to get. I got it for nice and cheap, so who knows? I mean, just keep looking for them deals. Next up is a book. It's actually one I had in my collection. I didn't realize I had this in my collection, but this is one that I had seen. It was funny enough because I didn't even realize that it was when I was looking for my Spawn 1 newsstand. I didn't really quite realize that there was newsstands of this too. I don't know why I didn't. I probably should have thought about it, but So this is a book. If you can find this in dollar bins, absolutely get it. Just because, if you go ahead and look up the price of this newsstand, you'll be kind of surprised what people are asking for it. I think it's one of those things that if you can pick it up for $1 and then flip it for like around in between, I think it was I've seen in between like 40 and $50 for it. Do it. So what I'm talking about is X-Men #1, the Jim Lee in newsstand. If you can find a Jim Lee #1 newsstand, pick it up. Just because I'm telling you, like I went on eBay just to check it out, and I was like, really? Are you serious? Like people were asking like 55 and up, and I was just like, so, some were asking for more for graded, but for raw books they were wanting like $50 for this. So definitely, one to pick up. Every dollar bin I go into, I'm looking for these to see if there's newsstand versions of them. Just because, I mean, if I can turn $1 into 50, I'm all about it. So definitely something to do. And then the last book is a book that I actually got from Brian from Taking the Time Collectibles. He reached out to me just to kind of talk about books that were on my list, because he had seen my list and he's like, hey man, actually he always says, hey brother, I got a book for you. I got one that's on your list, and I was gonna go ahead and send it out to get pressed. It's about I think a 6.5, but with a press it could definitely be a 7.5 easy. And I said, okay, cool. And I was like, and he told me all about it, and I was like, oh, that sounds great. We worked out a price, and I was able to pick it up off of him. So this came in, I want to say over the weekend, and this was awesome. I was excited to see it. I couldn't really just kind of I couldn't wait for it once I knew it was on its way. And I showed this on the hunt, so this is one of the books that I had a great time showing, just because I knew people were going to react to it. And it is none other than Spider-Man 121. So this is the Death of Gwen Stacy. Awesome issue, amazing cover. One of the most iconic issues, I think, in the entire Spider-Man run, just because of the fact of at the time when it happened, it was so controversial that Spider-Man, or any hero at that point, tried to save, somebody and just didn't do it. Like, for the most part, Spider-Man was the guy that always saved the day, and this time he wasn't able to. And, you actually got to see, as time went on, how that really affected him and changed his character. It really just kind of shook him to his core. So it's a really, really great issue to have, and one that I'm really excited to have in my collection. So, Brian, thank you again. That was really, really awesome and cool that you had that, and I'm glad that I'm able to actually have it in my list. And so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of quickly check these off, just because there's a bunch of them. So just go ahead and get this part done. See, what do we got? Hold on. So that. Alright. I think that's everything. Oh, no. Luke Cage. Alright, so for right now, we went ahead and chopped off. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 books in this haul came off of this list, which is awesome. Making really, really good progress. As far as how it's going to go for the rest of the year, I don't know. I'm going to do my best. There's a couple of them that are just really, really pricey that I don't know. I be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to complete this list. It was very ambitious to begin with, but I'm always looking to see if I can try. So I'm going to do my best trying to. We're going to see what happens, and at some point, hopefully, I'll be bringing off one of the really big ones, which I think the 2 biggest that I'm really kind of juggling as to how I'm going to end up getting is The Amazing Spider-Man 50 and Silver Surfer #4. One of those 2, I think, is going to be the one that I'm going to have to really focus on. And I'm hoping I can get it. If not, then I'm going to, just go ahead and keep trying. But we'll see what happens, just because in the next, let's see, so a little less than a month, there's going to be a show up in New Hampshire called the Little Giant Old School Comic Show. So I'll be heading there. I know I've heard, 3 Men in the Basement, I think Otto's going to go, and a couple other people on YouTube have expressed interest that I know of that want to go up and check out that show. So hopefully, I'll be able to grab something off my list, maybe a book or two, something. We'll see what kind of deals they have going on, but I'm definitely going to be, going up and having a fun time at that show. I think that what I'm going to also do, just because CGC is going to be there, and so I may be sending some books out to get graded, so I'm going to go ahead and get all that together and show a video on that, what I'm thinking of sending out to get graded, what I'm thinking of getting signed, and then also just books I'm targeting on my list. So that's going to be what I am focusing on going forward, along with getting some other books. So I want to thank you all for watching, and again, just when it comes to just checking out other channels, don't forget to check out The Hunt. Really big show that's coming up on the 26th. Go ahead and check that out. It's going to be a fun one if you like to watch, just the whole, comic game show type feel. Come on and watch it. It's a really fun time. But again, that's been it for me. So thank you all for watching. And Boston Chris, I'm out. Everybody have yourself a great week. See you guys later.